Halo, selamat malam. Saya Dani Zakaria. Saya eee, dari kelas SI di 301. Nah, untuk mata kuliah Komunikasi Data dan Jaringan, saya akan mempresentasikan untuk ujian tengah semester. Jadi, dan ini dari soal yang diberikan di UTS forum, maka saya akan mempresentasikan. Dan karena pada buku yang dijadikan referensi itu menggunakan bahasa Inggris. Jadi ya saya akan sebisa mungkin untuk menjelaskannya pula dalam bahasa Inggris. Seperti itu. Okay, wish me luck. So here it is. The first one is for the question, right? Jelaskan cara kerja prinsip komunikasi data dalam jaringan komputer. Okay, based on the book that given by, as a reference, and that book said, like the communication is based on the first one is based on the hardware for the networking stuff. So the first one came from the input. So here is the input. Here is the input. See, so the input information, like for example, we want to do some, mm, like giving some information. The first one is the input. So the input itself will be some very pro stuff like the cable like partial or something like that. So the first one is the media, and the media uh, is the input information, and it goes uh, and gets some decrypt into the digital bit stream. It's like one or zero, and it yeah, and those one or zero information got a transmitter by the cable itself, like uh got get yeah get get transferred by the cable, and it will be decrypt or being transformed into analog signal, and those analog signal get passing to the transmission system, which uh, will will have some devices on it, like for example, get through some, like from the cable, and it goes into the transmission, like the some sort of protocol, something like higher rather than just cable itself, and will get received by the receiver's device, and those receiver device will transfer those analog signal into the digital bit stream, and digital bit stream will get into the destination of the receiver's device, and it will be called as output data, and those output data will uh, get something like uh, transform again and get the actual data from that destination, and it will be called as output. So it's basically like transform the text into the uh, to the signal, like informational signal, like digital. The first one is digital stream into the digital analog, and then will be transferred through the peripheral media and then will get a transfer again, like a transform to the its original form, and yeah, from those digital signal will be uh, transfer again to the digital bit stream, and transform again to the text, like the original things, like the original form of the file. Yeah, that's the one. And you know okay, now I think that that's all for the uh, communication principle. It has something transform, or and then it has something signaling like transmission, and it will have some protocols on it. Yeah, this is basically the networking. So for the numbers, like the second number, will we have some topology. A topology, like the basic of topology, we have something. The first one is about mm, it has a local area network, and has some wider area. Wider area will have the name, like it has some sort of name, like a wide area network, like one, and then LAN sort of, and yeah, you know, like for the local area network, it has some topology, like the ring. The first one is a ring, and then some stars, and then some like the mostly people goes with the star because it's efficient, like the hub itself as the center of it. Like as you can see, like the local area network, it has Ethernet switch, which is the hub, and router that connect the LAN into the internet, the wide area network. Yeah, that's the internet goes belongs to. And this local area network, mm, it's like a bunch of computers that can communicate each other through uh, like in small area, the small area of work, and it could be, a computer communicate with the printer, or the other machines, like you know like common devices that we can see in the office, especially, or it it could be communicated with like a local server as well. And that's the LAN, and also the topology, like I said before, about stars, ring. Like ring is like the hub will communicate through the like a single cable management, and also the stars, like everyone could communicate each other through one hub as a center. And also there is something like standalone mainframe. Like standalone mainframe is the big computer, is a huge kind of computer that handle many requests from the other stuff. Like yeah, it's basically the internet that can be get through the wide area network. Like yeah, and as you can see here, this is the example of the star topology. Like the Ethernet switch is the center of anything, any devices, and also this one. So that's my my answer about the LAN topology. And now, as you can see here, the bus, as I said before, like the circle, you know, the circle is could be transformed within a single cable management, like it called as a bus or a circle. That's the same name. And this flow of data is like everyone, like any computer, got transfer the data for within single cable management, and it could be, it's cheap, but it's kind of low. Like it's really low for data transform. And nowadays, people not doing that. And this is a ring. Oh, the bus. The bus is different than the ring. So the ring is more like everyone can communicate each other, but repeatedly. When we want to transform the data from this computer, we need to, transform the data, transferring through this computer to get into our destination. But the bus will do more, doing more job to than that. This is the trick. It's different than the others, but using the same topological ways. It's like the bus, but it's like a bunch of bus that people will get through those cable to get each other's. This is actually like the bus with premium members, like uh, a single cable can handle multiple multiple devices, but uh, we could use only one cable for one computer. It's like premium version, right? So here's the ring. No, this is not a ring. This is the stars. Yeah, like every single computer communicate each other through the hub. It's like the central. It's like the govern that leads any data transforming. It could be a data or internet itself. Like everyone get internet depends on this central hub. So yeah, that's this this all of this data. It depends on the book that given us reference in the module. So yeah, this is right. So yeah, for the LAN, like the LAN, it has some alternative media for the bus. It could be like based on the twisted pair. Twisted pair is uh like old data transferring. It's based on the cable that really low. So we are not using that anymore nowadays. It's like only 1 megabyte per second. Like that's so low. Like even my old phone that run in Edge signal run faster than that. Even my turtle, if I have it, if I have one, is run faster than that. A single bit of like 1 megabit per second is like no one use that anymore. Baseband coaxial code, coaxial cable. It's like the it's like for the internet stuff because it's based on the yeah, Ethernet scheme. So also there is a broadband coaxial cable. Baseband is like it could be used for the mm, the bus topology. It could be used best band, and for the others, the broadbands, it could handle uh, multiple computer and can be communicate each other and also going to the internet. It's basically more faster than that one, like twist pair. And the last one, like the most recent, it's optical fiber. The optical fiber, for sure, it's made of glass and get transfer uh, in in light speed. Like it transform in the form of speed of light. So it's definitely good for the option. Like this is the best optical fibers. Now we move. Okay. Okay. Now we move to the. Sorry. Why I cannot zoom? Okay, I can zoom in now. Face trade twist pair. Yeah, UTP. Windshield twist pair. Mustard. Medium. Hmm. So for the others. So for that answer the third question. Like all of my description before, it's answer the third question about physical layer. in as a media of transfer. So here this the more explanation about that in the 457 page. And okay, now we move to the OC. Yeah, because OC is uh, like uniform standard international that handle multiple things. Like it's basically standardization to physical layers and data link. In this case, for the physical layer, it has a logical link and medium access control, and it's based on the standardization of IEEE 802 standard. It's used widely, so better to just go into this standard because it's more safer nowadays. And yeah, for the physical, it's it's based on the form of uh, data, like the medium of the data, like for example, like optical fibers, um, also coaxial and twist pair, those kind of stuff in the stage of physical in this diagram. So that's the physical and data link it has medium access control and logical link control. Like the medium access control is mm, like um, here it is. Yeah, the medium access control or the MAC or the MAC frame is basically for giving each media has some address that could be transfer output or given some input. Yeah, those those protocols or those schema. It depends on the standardization and the standardization handling those MAC or MAC header. And yeah, and now above that it has LCC, which stand for mm, LCC. Wait, LCC. Let me see. LCC is logical link control. Yeah, logical link control. Service access point. Yeah, those MAC can be handle some output, and those output it goes to the LCC, and this LCC is run in the hub. So to communicate each other from the first form from the media, and then it goes to the address of the media, and it goes up to the transferring between the media to the hub. And this hub communication is LCC. And more than that, yeah, before that, we need to answer the fourth question first because processing the OC layer, the OC layers uh, for the physical layers, we already uh, describe all of those things. Now we go to the IP layer. The IP layer. This is for the fourth question, fourth and five, and the fourth goes IP, and the IP is happen in the hub. So the hub will giving a bunch of those Mac those Mac to having some IP, so it could handle locally any pair of a computer or devices could have an IP, and everyone could access that. Nice. So now we goes to TCP. So TCP is basically for protocol to the communicate to the exchange to the X, abroad of the local area network. It's for handling the outside layer of area like the localist. For example, if this is a local, so TCP is handling this local to the another local. So or each local can handle each other safely. Yes, this TCP, this P stand for the protocol, so it has some kind of security like SSL or something like that. And now we goes to the application. To the application data, we could get resources from the internet. Like if we have already done with our local things, now like we give some requests to the server, and the server giving back some responses, and those responses will be you know get processed, and that processing things will handled by the application layer, which for example is browser. Like browser will given us some PDF file that we requested before, and yeah, that happens. All of those happens in the application layer or application data. Nice. Okay, back to the Mac frame. See, this is because the fourth and the fifth uh, questions is pretty similar. So we just just grab it each question as a one, those two as one question. So the map control will be have some destination MAC address. For example, when we want to access another computer, so map control and map destination, uh, there's definitely some linear process. So also, the sort of Mac, then LCC, and then about CBR. I have no idea about CBR actually, because it only goes to the LCC and the CAP, SAP, LCC control, and these vertical things is happens mm, in the hub, and then the SAP or SSAP LCC address field, and yeah, this is basically the uh, scheme like the protocol or the uh, like a peripheral uh, something that we need to be fulfilled um, to do secure our data for the external to make sure anything goes to work. And if this things is not secure enough, so the hackers will the hackers can get our data or our requested data. For example, if we have to log in, like accessing a bank account, so these basic things will really need to be done for any engineers, for any uh, any professional that goes into you know having having like making those application. And here it is. For example, if we want to get some picture of a cat from the other's computer, it's goes for example, this is using three or bus. So station one, station two, station 10. So we need to get through all of these computers to only get what we want, only get the cat's picture that we want. And this is depends on the bridge. So it's basically like uh passing through those would take forever, I think. Frame within address often accepted by LAN. See, there's the LCC. It's like LCC and the IP. It's it's different from IP. IP is handled by the hub, but LCC is handled by the media, by the you know by the Mac thing. So yeah, this basically just a diagram, and here it is. LAN. See, as I said before, the user has a bunch of functional process, LCC, Mac, and those things are physical, and it goes to the LAN, and those LAN will give them some IP, and also for the LAN, will communicate to the another device, and those device also has Mac physical, a Mac to addressing all the physical stuff, LAN user physical. So yeah, that's basically it happened to all of the things, all of devices that we have. It's like standardization of like international standardization like IEEE 80.2 that we uh, referenced before. This standardization, and this example of you know mm, the example of things that works above those physical stuff. So we have IP, we have TCP. So yeah, the IP and the TCP. TCP is the protocol, right? So the IP is a global internet address, so we could access the internet. And also the TCP. TCP itself is the protocol that wrap our data. It could be UDP or TCP. Yeah, that's the protocol that protocol to get communicate each other between devices in internet. Yeah, that's the basic of it. I think everybody will understand about IP. Like for example, like the jokes, that comes. Hey, yo, I know your IP. So you live in here, you live in this area, you live in this continent, in this nation. Yeah, because in IP we have any information about LCC, and that's LCC. It's strategically in the local area, and also have some identity of area things, also in geographical things is obvious. So yeah, and anything goes beyond the physical will only communicate to the outworld, like, like this IP and TCP. Hmm. And yeah, for the last, for the summary, so we have the physical. It has the physical itself got broken down to the media on the, and also yeah, it's basically a physical, and then the data link. Yeah, it's obvious about data link like LCC, and also about a MAC, and the network. We have some IP, and also uh, yeah, it's basically an IP that handled by the hub as a transport based on the protocol to the transporting its address data. It has TCP or UDP, and session and presentation, and also application. But for those presentation and session, we do not use that because is the same things. Basically, it's like for the more secure our data, more like wrapping some encryption kind of stuff, and then for the last, for the end, we have some application that where we get what we want as, like for example, like a cat videos or a cat pictures, we get through those application, and this application handled by browser mostly, and not only browser, like mobile devices or some particular things, or you know yeah, for anything actually. So yeah, itulah semuanya hasil presentasi saya. Ya, Dani. Ya, saya Dani Zakaria. dan saya dari kelas SI 301 juga ini eh, buat eh, U, UTS kelas komunikasi data dan jaringan komputer. Oke, sekian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sukses. Seperti sukses.